but you accepted off. You tried to include Shiloh. You hesitate. I'd probably hesitate, you know?
It's okay.
You wanted it more than I do it. I'm really happy that we got to play today already. You finished it. How can someone be so sweet? Well, it wasn't worth arguing further. The frozen treat was being worn away by the sun and starting to trickle down dangerously towards your fingers. If you waited much longer, then neither of you would be getting to eat it. Alright, thanks. The two of you began to head back home as you ate. You offered the treat once more to Shiloh, but he refused again. If he was actually one of the love interests, I don't know who I would choose between them, honestly. He's so... Oh, and imagine like the nicest kid he would grow up. It's like he'd grow up to be such a cool guy, probably. You walk side by side. Wait, did I skip a thing there by accident? Oh yeah. The two of you began to head back home as you ate. You offered the treat once more to Shiloh, but he refused. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt, or was too afraid to. You figured that was his problem and didn't care. Are you scared of me? You thought that was kind of sad. Are we friends? You thought that was kind of sad. Not being able to talk to people isn't fun, and you didn't want to be the kind of person people were scared to tell their honest opinion to. You considered asking Shiloh about it, but if he couldn't give an opinion on something like ice cream, then he wasn't going to open up about this. You hoped for the best, maybe you were wrong, or if you were right, maybe he'd feel better about it soon. Shiloh made you unsure about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There had been good times, and there had been confusing ones. You were positive of one thing, at least. The treat was delicious, and that was nice. Oh my god, did he get sunburned? The sun was low on the horizon as you returned to your neighborhood. There you spotted two familiar figures up ahead, Lizzie and Cove? Excuse me? These two were just fighting. I'm worried he got sunburned. Is that the shading, or is he sunburned? You opened your mouth to make your presence known to them just as you saw the tears. How, Lizzie, I swear to God, did you make him cry? Lizzie, what did you do? You walked straight over to Shiloh at your heels. Once there, you defend Cove. Take a moment to make a joke. Accuse Lizzie of causing trouble. Carefully, I'm already accusing Lizzie. Accuse Lizzie of causing trouble. You don't know what unfolded, but you suspect it had something to do with your big sister. What did you do now, Lizzie?
Hey!
It wasn't me! There was no guilt in her expression, only indignation, but you looked to Cove for confirmation. Cove blinked away the tears, your outburst having caught him off guard. It wasn't her. Z, I got yelled at. Aww. He took a deep, steadying breath. Some grandparents got mad at me. Aw, sorry. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of a nearby house. Your heart sunk. You knew exactly what had just happened. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out that condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Shiloh knew to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. They're like that with everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them, but the elderly pair particularly took offense to kids. Yeah, Lizzie said. Lizzie drew herself up at that. She looked pointedly in your direction. I was helping. Screw you! Oh, you smug person. I don't care. You know, I had perfect reason to accuse you. That's cool. Is there anything I can do?
No.
Oh wait, I totally read that wrong. No, I'm just gonna stay away. Or you can teach them a lesson. Don't be a bad influence, Lizzie. There's a devilish glint in her eyes. What? You should ding-dong ditch them. Go ring the doorbell and run. It'll be great because they're so slow. They'll never catch you. I love a little kid just being like, yeah, they're so slow. Those boomers would never catch you. That's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again.
You're just saying that because you're a chicken.
Cove glared, but didn't take the bait. Lizzie turned to you. You're not a chicken, are you? Yeah, cluck cluck. You'd rather just avoid them. You thought they deserved worse. I'll do it. I feel like as a kid, I was always a big talker, but I never did things. I would always act super tough, but I wouldn't do it. I probably, like, he was just crying. So, like, I feel like I would be in for this option if it wasn't for the fact that he was just crying. So I would just be like, you thought they deserved worse. Stretch up your nose in disgust as you shook your head. Spring's girl was pretty weak. They would answer the door to find nothing there. So what? It'd be sort of annoying, but they seemed like the kind of people that would be irritated about anything. If they were going to open the door, there should be something bad there. Ooh, are we putting dog poop? That would be letting them off too easy. You felt 3 pairs of eyes staring at you, but you were studying your surroundings thoroughly. There wasn't much around them they might dislike. Inspiration came crawling towards you in the form of a roly-poly bug. Carefully you lowered your hands and let it clamber on your palm. That should do it. You had never met an adult who appreciated bugs. Let's ding-dong ditch and bug them.
Yeah.
We'll go hide, run as soon as you hit the bell. Good luck. Lizzie and Shiloh ran across the road to take shelter in the bushes. Even once they settled down, you could make out 2 child-sized shapes staring from between the leaves. You knew where to look for them, though, and so you told yourself that the grouchy old people wouldn't spot it. Cove sighed. I wouldn't even think about that. I'd be like, yo guys, I could see you so easily. His gaze flicking to the house and then back to you. Don't get caught. I'll be quick as a flash. He went to join Lizzie and Shiloh in their hideaway. The weight of 3 pairs of eyes on your back was heavier than anything you'd carried before as you approached the door. You stared down at the little bug still wriggling in your closed hand. I mean, it's just a roly-poly. Honestly, this is still tame. And carefully place it on the ground where it could be seen, but off enough to the side so it wouldn't be stepped on. You rung it. You didn't ring it. I mean, we're already there. You rung it. You slapped the buzzer and ran. Blood thumped against your eardrums with every step. Would you make it in time? Approaching the hiding spot, you knew that there wasn't much time to go the bushes as the other. You took a shortcut, leaping over them, or to be more accurate, crashing into the top of the bushes and then falling over to the other side. Judging from the squeak, it was Shiloh who cushioned your fall. Shh! Lizzie put a finger to her lips and nodded at the house. You disentangled your limbs from Shiloh's and spun around to see the old man framed in the doorway, peering back and forth suspiciously. You covered your mouth with your hands, but it wasn't enough to stifle your giggles. Maybe he spotted one of you, or maybe it was the leaves you displaced while jumping, but he locked eyes with the bush. Stormed over in your direction. Shiloh gasped and looked to Lizzie. Oh, as a kid, this would be so scary. Run! Your sister did not hesitate to take her own advice. Neither did you and Shiloh. Cove, with just the one fully operational arm, took a little longer to get to his feet, but still caught up to Shiloh with ease. As you made your escape, you thought to yourself that he didn't even notice the bug. Yeah. The old man's holler propelled you all from the street to the sanctity of the hill. Only once you were safe did you notice the stitch in your chest and the ache of your leg. Oh, am I okay? You flopped down, the blades of grass tickling your face. Lizzie, who had taken the lead in the end, was already lazing on the ground. The 4 of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of cool grass against. So I'm fine, right? But it made it sound like I had a cut in my leg or something.
Cove.
Hey, Cove. Cove lifted his head. I told you there were mean grandparents around here. Cove rolled his eyes, then decided this wasn't dismissive enough and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting to Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be second fiddle again to Shiloh. Once Lizzie came around, it always went like that. And it was fine, you thought. You still felt a little sad after how much time you spent together today, and it was always annoying. I'd probably feel bad. But that kid, he might turn out to be an incel, not gonna lie. You had been hoping the 2 of you might have become closer, but you had to let it go. He was happy where he was. You closed your eyes, laid on your side, and relaxed. Some time passed. With you like that, it felt good to take a real break. You moved onto your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky. The blankets of clouds reminded you of a thick throw you curled under your cold, rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be as soft. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. You saw a dolphin, you saw a car, you saw an alpaca, you saw a smiley face, you saw cloud shapes. I feel like I gotta go with the dolphin to, like, go back to those dolphin balloons we got earlier. You saw a dolphin leaping through the sky. He nudged Cove and pointed to it. Look, a dolphin. Cove joins you in gazing skywards. Yeah, I see it. Really? No, but I like dolphins. Hey. He chuckled at your reaction. All the sun's light faded from the sky and the moon rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean visible from the crest of the hill beckoned with every sweep of the tide. Let's go to the beach! It's kind of late for that. There's no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cove would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. You? Wanted to go there too. We're too tired to argue. We're happy to do what the others wanted. Objected to the... I'd probably just be happy to do what the others wanted. The beach wouldn't necessarily have been where you chose to go next, but if that was what the others wanted, then you weren't going to spoil the fun. You stepped onto the sand for the second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned sand castles and footsteps in the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. The four of you kicked shoes off and removed socks and walked along the water's edge. The waves tickled your feet. I wonder what would happen if you tried to take a bath in the ocean with shampoo and everything. That would be bad for the fish.
Jeez.
I didn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. This is what would happen. It'd hurt the fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious. You never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mommy loves to have bubbles in her baths. She'll turn the lights off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming to pick you up anyway? Not for a while. She's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talk about him? Nobody does. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would someone want to talk about something they never talk about? You kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset with this topic, when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both of your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Z. I don't have a dad, but I don't have two moms. I just have one. She's really great. Oh, sorry. I only have one now too. My mom isn't here. She's back home. It's just my dad with me. Ooh, are there parents in it? No, I shouldn't push anything.
Sorry.
I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded. You joked about Shiloh's mom getting together with ghosts. Even if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways. You didn't say anything. Yeah, I did it. I have to pick that option. You didn't have anything comforting to say to that, so you tried to lighten the mood instead. Hey, since you both only have one parent, Cove's dad can marry Shiloh's mom, then you two would be brothers. Cove stopped abruptly, his face set hard. My dad isn't going to do that. Shiloh tugged at the rim of his hat. Neither is my mom. She doesn't want to marry anybody. I told you people this wasn't a good thing to talk about. Oh, Lizzie. Maybe I judged her too soon. It seemed your plan backfired, and the mood soured even more. You didn't know what to do. Silence broke with a splash as Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. Lizzie giggled, foot still outstretched from the kick. Cove joined in, striking the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of Cove's spray zone with a grin. Made a run for it. He retaliated. I'd probably retaliate. You used your foot to smack the water pooling around you, sending an arc of sea foam flying back onto your sister. You laughed as she spluttered, some of the salty seawater having landed in her mouth. She spat it out. Yuck! Lizzie chased you, intent on revenge. You dashed up and down the coast, taking it in turns to be the predator and the prey, as well as joining forces to take down Shiloh or Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was fair game in war. Shiloh's brief exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused by him falling face first into the ground. That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed, cascading over his prone body. Shiloh sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain, as you all hurried over to check on him. His hair was plastered to his head, and his soaked clothes clung. If there was any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy. Are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over. Way to go, Way to go, Shiloh, you Dumbo.